The deadline is approaching. After what seems like an eternity of anticipation, Thor, Love and Thunder is about to hit theaters. Marvel fans can finally put their erasers down after marking and remarking the ever-shifting release dates in their calendars. Thor, Love and Thunder was set to be released on November 5, 2021 when Phase 4 plans were first announced. Yep, that long ago. However, due to the delay of Black Widow, all of Marvel's Phase 4 films were pushed back one release date, and the fourth Thor film was rescheduled for February 18, 2022. This, however, would not be the last time the date was changed. It was pushed forward a week to February 11, 2022, only to be pushed back again and again, until it landed on its midsummer release date. According to Variety, Thor, Love and Thunder was moved to May 6, the eventual release date of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, before finally landing on July 8. Though we'll have to wait a while to see all of our favorites on the big screen again, we now have the trailer to keep us entertained. But today we are here with the top things every fan should know before watching Thor Love and Thunder. Thor and Jane are back. Chris Hemsworth reprises his role as Thor in Thor Love and Thunder. This is his 9th MCU film appearance, including a cameo in Doctor Strange. But the most exciting part is that Natalie Portman reprises her role as Jane Foster. This was first revealed alongside the film itself in July 2019, with only a few glimpses in the recently released first trailer. But now we have a new high-resolution photo of the Star Wars prequels actress all costumed up, complete with Mjolnir. She does have powers. It's not exactly the same as Thor, it's her own version of it, Portman teased. Since Thor: The Dark World in 2013, this is Portman's first major MCU appearance. Portman's last appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was in Avengers Endgame, though she never showed up on set during filming. Taika Waititi, the director and Korg actor, spoke with Empire magazine about how the original Thor will react to seeing Jane's mighty Thor. Explaining, "It's been about 8 years, she's had a whole other life, and then the love of your life comes back on the scene, and is now dressed like you. It's a real mind for Thor." When it came time to sit down and work out the story for the film, Waititi admitted that he wasn't planning on adapting the Jane as Thor storyline. "I was writing and it was like, wouldn't it be kind of cool to bring Jane back into the storyline? While Jane will be tasked with saving the universe, and everything else that comes with Thor's power." Waititi says the film will make use of Portman's previously underutilized comedy skills. Christian Bale's supervillain. Despite the fact that Thor and Jane have returned, the new trailer also provides the first look at Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher in the upcoming film. In the trailer, the new menacing villain issues a stark warning, saying, "All gods will die." Christian Bale was in talks to join Thor Love and Thunder in January 2020, according to Collider. 11 months later, Marvel Studios announced on Twitter that the Academy Award winner would play Gore the God Butcher, a villainous comic character. Taika Waititi had some interesting comments regarding Bale's Gore. He told the Associated Press, "In my humble opinion, we have probably the best villain that Marvel's ever had in Christian Bale." All the rest. The Guardians of the Galaxy will be featured in the fourth film in some way, according to Vin Diesel, and rumors of Chris Pratt reprising his role as Star-Lord were confirmed by Chris Pratt himself, in a Tom Holland-style spoiler blunder. Also appearing from the Guardians family is Karen Gillan as Nebula, Palm Clementif as Mantis, Dave Bautista as Drax, Sean Gunn as Kraglin and Vin Diesel as Groot. In addition, Matt Damon will reprise his role as an Asgardian thespian. Following Thor's departure into space with the Guardians of the Galaxy in Avengers Endgame, Tessa Thompson returns as Valkyrie in her new role as the leader of New Asgard. Russell Crowe is set to make his Marvel Cinematic Universe debut as Zeus. Crowe's character would be the Marvel Cinematic Universe's first appearance of Greek mythology. We also know that Christian Bale will play Gore the God Butcher, the film's antagonist. A character on a mission to defeat the gods, as his name implies. Will Thor, Zeus, and the other gods have to work together to defeat Gorr? We'll have to wait and see what happens. Loki is not returning. We also learned that Tom Hiddleston, who played Loki, would not be reprising his role. Thanos the Mad Titan killed the character in Avengers Infinity War. So, while Hiddleston is starring in his own Disney series as a different version of Loki, he'll likely never cross paths with this version of Thor again, which is a little disappointing. Although Loki and Thor currently exist in separate realities, some fans remain hopeful that the God of Mischief will appear in the Taika Waititi-directed MCU film. In an interview with Empire via Digital Spy, Hiddleston effectively debunks rumors while promoting Loki, adding that it's best for the Asgardian princes to be separate for the time being. We talked about the Thor movies as a family saga, and the diametric opposition between Thor and Loki, and duality and antagonism being a book that perhaps should remain closed for the moment. When asked if a Loki cameo is a possibility before the start of production on Thor, Love and Thunder, Waititi declined to comment. Lady Siff. Thor Love and Thunder is officially bringing back Jamie Alexander's Lady Siff to the MCU. The actress was said to be involved all the way back in 2020, but nothing was confirmed until the sequel's new poster was released. Lady Siff is the God of Thunder's childhood friend and trusted ally, first appearing in the first Thor film before making appearances in Thor: The Dark World, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Loki, and What If? After episode 4 of Loki aired, Alexander took to Instagram to proudly declare Lady Siff was back, adding that she was here to stay. Meanwhile, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige explained Lady Siff's absence in Thor: Ragnarok. Lady Siff is played by an actor in New York, on a TV show at the moment. She was busy. If she had been on Asgard, she might not be alive, so that's one of the advantages of not having her in the film. The timeline. As the MCU expands bigger than ever before, it can be difficult to keep track of what happens in the overall timeline. Whenever a new MCU project comes around, we have to figure out where we're supposed to jam it in. The actual Earth that we live on doesn't quite match up with the date in the MCU, thanks to the time jump in Avengers Endgame. Earth's mightiest heroes are currently residing in 2024 or 2025, while we are in the year 2022. Moon Knight and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness have caused some confusion recently, mainly because they both refuse to give any concrete clues as to when they took place. In fact, for most Phase 4 offerings, we've only really been able to guess. So let us applaud Thor: Love and Thunder, because the new trailer provides us with crucial information that allows us to place the film chronologically on the timeline. The information comes from an exchange between Thor and Jane Foster, or should we say, Mighty Thor. "What's it been, like 3-4 years?" she asks him, leading to Thor correcting her, 8 years, 7 months and 6 days, give or take. Thor: Love and Thunder takes place shortly after the events of Avengers Endgame, when Thor left Earth and the fledgling New Asgard to go on an adventure with the spacefaring team. A lot of Phase 4 MCU films happen simultaneously, so Thor: Love and Thunder could very well be occurring during the same time as films like Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings or Eternals. No romance in new Thor. In an interview with Empire, Taika Waititi explained that the film isn't just about Thor, Chris Hemsworth, and his ex-girlfriend Jane Foster, Natalie Portman. He added that fans might be disappointed if they go in expecting an epic romantic reunion for Thor and Jane. I think most people will assume that the love story is between Chris and Natalie. I can't promise that what people think is going to happen in this film will happen. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell to receive future updates.